Can I trust her? We're going to answer that in this video. Hey, I'm Dr. Melissa. I'm a trauma expert and top doctor, and in this video and on this channel, I help you identify the hidden narcissists in your life, then turn that trauma and that drama into gold, rising above it to live your life anti-fragile. If that is for you, click subscribe, click the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. So often we wonder, can I trust this person? Can I trust that person? Maybe two people are telling you conflicting stories and you don't know who to trust. It's a really common question. Can I trust him? Can I trust her? Can I trust myself? And that question is actually the first step in moving forward. Learning to trust yourself. If you haven't seen the video, How Do I Trust Myself? Check it out. Then type trust yourself in the comments. It's key, I guarantee you. So what is trust? Trust is one of those things that for most people is kind of this vague sense. You can't necessarily give words to it or put your finger on it, but you kind of feel like you trust this person. You're kind of not sure if you should trust that person. My husband broke it down for me years ago in a way that made so much sense. It actually blew my mind. Trust is made up of 3 components in equal parts: competency, sincerity, and history. In order to trust someone for something in particular, they have to have all 3. Otherwise, it'll feel like something is off. It'll feel like something's missing. You won't be able to fully trust them. So let's break these down individually. First, let's talk about competency. Competency is whether or not they are capable of doing what it is you're trusting them to do, right? If you are taking your taxes to a CPA to do them for you, they need to be competent at doing taxes, right? They need to not be someone who has no degree, no accreditation, but has just like read a book on taxes. You're not going to take tax advice. You're not going to trust your financial well-being to your hairdresser necessarily, unless they happen to also be a tax professional. You're not going to trust your best friend for medical advice as much as your doctor, one would hope. You're not going to trust the random guy you met at a bar with babysitting your 3-year-old. There hasn't been a demonstrated level of competency for those things. Next is sincerity. Sincerity is knowing that the other person truly has good intention towards you, that they sincerely want to be helpful, whether that's in terms of your health and wellness, whether that is financial, whether that's in terms of, wanting to help you with your children. They have to sincerely wish to help. So, for example, if we use the example of a CPA, you might have one who's super competent, but if they don't sincerely care about you, you're a tiny fish, they don't sincerely want to help you move forward financially, they're not going to be someone you can trust with your whole financial picture, even though they've got the degrees and the accolades to prove that they're incredibly competent. The final one is history. Have you been able to trust them with this particular issue in the past? If you have that CPA who sincerely tells you that he was going to get your taxes done on time, he's competent, he's got, the CPA after his name, the whole thing, but the last 5 years, he's filed an extension and done your taxes late, you're not going to completely trust that they're going to be done on time, right? Because the history doesn't back that up. Likewise, if your romantic partner is doing something that hurts you repeatedly and they apologize and they tell you they're going to change. They promise the future will be different. You have to look at whether or not the history backs that up. When they've said that in the past, they've promised they're going to change. Have they actually changed? Have they stopped hurting you? Have they stopped lying to you? Have they stopped gossiping about you? Because if the history does not back it up, you can't trust them on that issue. Even if they had the emotional competence to be able to change, even if they sincerely wanted to change, if the history is not there, you can't trust it either. And so when we look at our relationship with a particular person and we're asking the question, can I trust her? Can I trust him? We need to look at what it is that we're wanting to trust them to do or to be. If it's, can I trust this person to safely give me a ride home? That one might be pretty simple, right? If they don't have a terrible driving record, if they haven't had numerous DUIs or they're not intoxicated right now and they genuinely want to be helpful and give you a ride home, your car's in the shop, you can probably trust them to do that. That might be entirely different than trusting that person for medical advice or for financial advice or to watch your kids. And so often in the relationships that are closest to us, the relationships with our romantic partners, with our best friends, with our family members, it becomes so blurred, particularly if they are a narcissist, and even more particularly if they are a covert narcissist, one of those hidden narcissists. In that case, they don't have the ability to stop lying. It's not within their realm of competency. They don't have the ability to stop manipulating you or stop controlling you or stop crossing your boundaries. They don't have that in their zone of competence. They may sincerely wish to change. Some may not. Some may be playing you the whole time. Others may really want to change and want the relationship to work. And then in terms of history, you've got this long history of them promising things will change, promising things will get better, and they don't. In those cases, the answer to the question is very clear. No, you cannot trust them. It's a tough pill to swallow when you want to trust everyone, when you want to trust the world, when you see the goodness in everyone in the world. And it's a really important exercise to run through when you're determining where to place your trust, when you're questioning whether or not you can trust yourself, when you notice that you're trusting others more than you trust yourself. If this resonates with you, type trust yourself in the comments. And I invite you to join my free private Facebook group, Anti-Fragile Narcissist Survivors. And if you're one of those people who knows that you'd love support and help rising above the trauma, the drama, the chaos, becoming more powerful and stronger than you ever were before, truly becoming anti-fragile, I invite you to join me at liveantifragile.com. I'm Dr. Melissa, and I'll see you in the next video.